So I feel like a big theme with the projects that this cohort has put together are applications that make it easier for people in the real world to keep track of each other and collaborate together. So this next app is definitely in that same spirit. It's one that I definitely wish that I had myself. They're called Saffire, and they're all about helping people plan trips and then stay connected with the people that they're on a trip with when they're all together. And if you've ever been on a vacation planned by my family members, you'll realize why I wish that I had an app like this. So I'll let them talk about what they have.
Hey everyone, my name's Dominic Garcia, and I'm here with my friends Alex Ginsberg, Jason Ko, and Luke Zhang. And this is our app Saffire, a smart itinerary system that allows you, the nomads and the wanderers, to create your own itineraries and share them with your travel group. So let's check it out. Here we can see Alex logging into his account. He's preparing for a New York, New Orleans trip. And now he's going to be directed to an idea board where he can invite friends to his itinerary. He can search for places, add links to events he's interested in, and his friends can also make their own suggestions and leave comments that will help Alex with his itinerary decision. Great. Now on the itinerary page, he will see a map containing all his points of interest. He can set a schedule for each location and click on the location to know more details about them. So now I'm going to hand it over to Alex, who's going to be talking about our tech stack for this project.
Thank you, Dom. Saffire uses React Redux on the front end and Firebase on the back end. We decided to use Firebase because it allows us to enhance the user experience through push notifications and online connectivity detection. Even if a user isn't currently logged into Saffire, we can still send them notifications to let them know if they have upcoming events or if another user is trying to contact them. Through online connectivity detection, we can tell when a user gains or loses internet connection, allowing us to define separate online and offline capabilities for the user. When a user is on our site and they lose internet connection, they will still be able to fully navigate the site just with restricted access to certain features. They will still be able to browse all of their idea boards and itinerary schedules to make sure that they don't fall behind schedule or out of sync with their friends, even without an internet connection. When the user regains the connection, the site will immediately return to full functionality and they will be able to make requests to our back-end database again. This is possible because Saffire is a progressive web app. This means that when a user comes to our site, a service worker is installed on the client's browser, which then caches our HTML and CSS files so that they can be rendered even when the user is offline. In addition to this, we store the user's most recently available itinerary information on the browser's local storage so that it can also be accessed both online and offline. I'm now going to hand it off to Jason Ko, who's going to talk about our responsive web and mobile design.
All right, thank you, Alex. So guys, in terms of responsive web design, what I'd like to mention is that our web application is completely responsive to changes of viewport width. It's been made purely by HTML and CSS, no other libraries or frameworks. So as you can see here in the all itineraries page, the columns are being able to adapt from 4 to 3 to 2 to 1 by using a particular property called the CSS grid. Also, as you scroll down, you can see that everything is laid out in a single column, also being able to be viewed in a mobile design. Now, as we move on to the All Friends page, here is actually a multi-column layout. One side is all about user input information, the other side is a list of friends. This is also a similar approach using the CSS grid property, making it adaptable to changes of viewport width using a single column as well as be able to see in mobile design. So now what I would like to do is pass it on to my friend Luke, who will talk more about challenges.
Thanks, Jason. Saffire was designed with the user first in mind, which means we have a bunch of asynchronous events running under the hood to keep our users connected in real time. Google Places allowed us to provide in-depth information, photos, and reviews on all the places our users search for and add. But in order to do that, we had to get over cross-origin resource sharing. Our initial approach was to first create an Express server and connect it via proxies, but what ended up happening for us is taking those AJAX functions and hosting them on Firebase using Firebase functions. Now, Saffire is a great application, but it's because that progressive web apps are provided benefits such as responsive design, fast and offline capabilities. And it gives us, our users, more freedom to use the platform at home and away. Now, investors, possibly you, come check us out at saffire.world.
All right. To vote, one more time, like the post, like the pinned comment. I think we should have Saffire up there. A lot of cool technologies in there in that one. I like the Firebase functions, which I've seen quite a bit. The CSS grid. I think are they one of the first things you've seen use CSS grids, or?
Yeah, I feel like this is maybe the first time I've seen CSS Grid used in a project.
Okay.
And I really like that I'm seeing a growing trend in progressive web apps from student projects, especially
Okay.
ones that implement things like service workers and all these cutting edge technologies.
The service workers caching the HTML, CSS, JavaScript assets so that you can load it quickly.